All right, so as you guys can see, the topic of today is going to be focus. And the reason why we chose focus is initially just because we feel like a lot of people lack the true definition of tunnel vision. Like we talked about tunnel vision, we talked about perspective, consistency, and focus kind of combines everything all into one. Because without proper focus, you're going to lack the vision that you need to get down the path that you want to get down. Like you can have the end goal, you can have the result, but you have to focus on the day-to-day activities, right? The day-to-day activities are eventually going to add up and eventually give you the platform that is needed to get to that next step of your journey towards your goal. Like your next step might be your goal. Your next step might just be a lesson that you need to learn, you need to go through, an experience that you need to go through in order for you to be able to be mentally prepared to get towards that next level, or even physically, because some lessons that we learn may be emotionally bearing and physically bearing. Like it might tire you out. You might look back and be like, how did I get here? Like I was so far ahead, I was doing so great, and now I got a setback. But like the saying always says, it's a minor setback for a major comeback. Like sometimes you're gonna experience the lows in life, but if you're focused, if you're truly locked in, if you truly have that tunnel vision, your blinders on, like we talk about with the horses, if you're dedicated to a process, if you're focused on the process, you won't be worried about, the bad days. You won't be worried about, oh, hey, I had a good day here, bad day here. You're not gonna be worried about the consistency. You're just gonna be focused and locked in on that vision, that goal, that regardless of what happens in your life, you're gonna get there.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Um, one of the I was actually looking at the actual definition of like the word focus.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual definition, well, one of the definitions is the center of interest or activity. So that simplifies it like as much as it can. Like when it says the center, literally, you know when people say if you want to have, and I tie everything into God because that's me. Um, if you want to, relationship with God, you feel me? He has to be the center of your life. That's facts. Like that's literal facts. If you want to have, if you want to be successful, your focus has to be dead center. You have to be dead. You have to have tunnel vision, like we spoke about, on what it is. And there's another, uh, I guess you could call it a quote or saying.
Mm-hmm.
The word focus. It says, "Follow one course until success." That's what focus means, and that's
Yes,
fact.
sir.
If you have multiple, you feel me? People always say, you feel me? Don't put too many eggs in one basket. That's what my parents tell me all the time, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of makes sense. You feel me? It definitely does because if you're putting your eggs in over different baskets, your energy is gonna be spread throughout everywhere. You feel me? Like you're not gonna be consistent with everything. But if you put all your eggs in one basket, if you focus on one course until success, then you're gonna be great at it. It might take a little while, but you're gonna be great. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters if you get there. You feel me? And no funny, bro. Like it might be a little funny. Last night I was, I don't know if you know who Miley Cyrus is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know her song, her Disney Channel song, "The Climb."
Yeah.
Bro, I swear I was bumping that last night, right? Wait, I was bumping it last night, but bro, for some reason, bro, I swear I haven't listened to that song like since I was a kid. For some reason, I just turned it on. Literally, in my YouTube history it says "Decline" by Miley Cyrus, and then the lyrics. I'm gonna look up the lyrics real quick because I was thinking about this just now, and it stuck with me because I didn't realize how like motivational, I guess you can say,
Mm-hmm.
those lyrics are. Give me 1 second. So literally, what the lyric says, there's always gonna be another mountain. You're always gonna want to make it move. You feel me? And then it said, there's always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. And then it doesn't matter about how fast I get there. It doesn't matter what's waiting on the other side. And then she starts going crazy, and it says, it's the climb. Like it really is the climb. Like it's not about when you start or how you start, how you finish. Well, it is about how you start, how you finish. It's not about the reward. It's about the climb. It's about the process. You feel me? It's about the amount of focus you have. Like it's about the amount of time and energy you spend on that one. You feel me? Whatever your dream is. Like for me, my it was not my dream. My my one of my passions, photography. It's about how long, how many hours I spend editing. You feel me? A video or pictures. It's about the process. It's about the amount of focus you have on your craft.
And
I was
even speaking of, go ahead.
no, I was just saying I literally just bumping that last night. Like, go ahead, bro.
But that's the thing, like, just thinking of songs, like, there's a lot of stuff we listened to when we were younger, like, that didn't connect with us. We were just bumping it just because, oh, hey, it's on the show, it's on the movie or whatever. And then
Yeah,
we look back at, like, we look at it now, we're like, they were dropping gems.
yeah, right.
We
Low
just
key.
like, dang, like, I was too young to even realize, like, I was just bumping it because of the beat. And, like, even a song that comes to me, like, every time I listen to it, I just get inspired. And it's Let It Go by DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber. And I'm basically like in the first verse, like I'm not gonna read the lyrics because I'm gonna start singing it, and I'm not the best singer. So.
I feel you. I feel
But
you.
basically on the first verse, Justin Bieber really talks about just focusing on money. Like he says, I got money on my mind. Is that a crime? I'm gonna go grind, shine until my time's up. So he's saying like he's locked in on making the money. Like that's what he wants to do. So it doesn't matter if he gotta release an album with DJ Khaled, release his own album, do a concert, do whatever. But he's focused on like that's his goal. So like regardless of what he does, like that's his end goal. So he's willing to go through whatever, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, sold out shows, whatever he goes through, but that's his goal until his time comes in order for him to make money. And something that also connected me just saying that is I was I've been reading Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent. And he talked a lot about just perspective. And a quote that he said was like what you focus on grows. And that's something that I always say, like I never like it connected with me, but like when I saw him say it, more so just because like he's up here and just like in an elevated status in a sense. But that's a true statement because like whatever you focus on, say you're trading, like they always tell us, like you say, dang bro, this trade's spiky, I'm not gonna win it. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, just because you thought that, it won't happen. But I'm not saying like everything you think of when it comes to trading or when it comes to life, like that's gonna happen. But you have to have that positive energy, that positive aura, because like the mind is the biggest muscle. Like I always say, and like what you truly say out loud, what you truly write down, what you see every day, that's something that's gonna manifest itself into your life. Like I always talk about the manifestation is real. Like Bob Proctor, I was watching him yesterday, and he just talks a lot about manifestation, just like what you truly want out of life. Like that's what you got to focus on. And even if you're seeing small progress, even if you're going through small setbacks right now, kind of like Miley Cyrus said with the climb, like you just got to keep going. You got to keep climbing. You got to keep going through whatever because you're gonna eventually manifest it. Like you're gonna eventually see all the positive affirmations that you write down on your wall, write down on your mirror, or write down in your notebook or your phone, but you're going to see that every single day. You're going to speak it out loud. You're going to surround yourself with the right people. And like we always say, you're a product of your environment. If your friends are constantly, bashing you or, oh man, you'll never be successful. That little business you got, that ain't gonna do nothing. You don't need them in your life because that's gonna sink into your mind. Like your mind is your strongest muscle. Like you keep getting beat down, you're eventually not gonna get there. Like I'm not saying like you have to kick people out your life, but you gotta consume what you want to grow, if that makes sense.
Nah, that makes
Like if you want to be a millionaire, you want to live in a mansion, you got to start watching, mansion videos on YouTube. You can look it up. I literally watch it all the time, just tours through like the mansion just to see like what it's like. And
yeah,
then kind of
fact.
like David Nemaniti said, like sometimes if you want a Rolls Royce, you got to go to the dealership. You got to get in the car, test drive the car, talk to the people, get the pamphlet, put the picture on your wall. I will drive a Rolls Royce. You got to write it down. You have to see it. You got to speak it. And then surround yourself with people who like Rolls Royce, who are interested in cars and the better things in a sense in life instead of those who, oh, damn, happy with my little 2004 Ford that, don't even drive. Like, if you want a Rolls Royce, you got to surround yourself with those people. And I'm not saying get rid of those people who got the 2004 Ford because those same people, they were there for you when you're at your bottom right now. And you bring them up with you. You don't bash them. You don't belittle them. You're like, hey, bro, right now I'm trying to get a Rolls Royce. You want a Rolls Royce? Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm interested. All right, bet. Let's talk about it. Let's surrounded together. You're gonna push each other. You're gonna get more affirmations. You're gonna help each other and inspire each other in different ways because you never know what that one connection that you make, that one connection that you meet somebody, you don't know where that's gonna take you. You never know where that one opportunity that you keep passing over, that one opportunity that you keep, giving up on or whatever. But that one opportunity that you're not taking is the opportunity that's going to take someone up to the next level. And that someone else is just like you. Like I literally posted earlier, like we're all humans. We all have the same
Mm-hmm.
same opportunities every single day. All put on our shoes, our pants, our shirt, the same exact way. The only difference between us and the people that we want to become in the future, the people that we idolize, is just time and experience. And the only
Facts.
way to get experience is just through time. Like you got to go through life, you got to go through opportunities, failed opportunities, good opportunities. You got to go through everything in order to get to where you want to be. But you can't be afraid of it. You just got to keep climbing like every single day.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Bro just went crazy. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Nah, literally, like what you were saying, I was still referring to the same song. In her song, she said, keep on moving, keep on climbing. And she said, keep the faith, which is completely facts. Everything that you just said is just facts. Literally. Um, I always refer to this as well. One of my favorite motivational quotes is from Eric Thomas. I believe the quote is, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. But the story behind it is crazy. So, like, I don't know if you know the story. I'm just saying it real quick. So, basically, based off what Eric Thomas, said in one of his videos, there was a guru, and then there was a guy, like a random guy, I guess. And the guy was like, I want to, be a millionaire. Or he said, I want to make money. You feel me? And the guy told him, if you want to make money, come out to the beach early morning, and we'll make some money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you how to make money. So, the guy came out. The guru, I guess, I'm gonna just describe it the way Eric Thomas said it. The guru came out in shorts, a shirt and stuff like that. Not really casual. The dude came out all suited up, ready to make money. He did come prepared physically, but he didn't become prepared mentally. So, um, later on, you feel me? The guru was like, come out to the water. I guess you feel me. Just come out to the water. He's like, bro, I came to make money. Like, I want to make money. Like, that's what I came for. Like, what you mean coming to the water? Like, he said, if you want to make money, come on to the water. So eventually, long story short, he ended up going neck deep into the water, and the guru held him down underwater. And then he let him up, and the guru asked him, when you were under the water, what is one thing that you want to do? And he said, I wanted to breathe. Like, that's what I was focused on. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to breathe. And then that's when the quote comes in. If you want to breathe, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then why aren't you successful? Once you focus on breathing, you feel me, then you'll breathe. Just talking about the God. Once you focus on breathing, you're gonna do everything in your power possible to put your head above water so you can breathe. You feel me? So that's how we gotta tie it into life. Like once we have focus, once we have that tunnel vision on what it is that we want in life, like, and sometimes, like you said earlier, sometimes it's the stuff that you don't want to do that could be your breakthrough. You feel me? And I learned that for a fact. But once we have focus on whatever it is we want, it's over. Like it's really a mental game, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That and it's crazy. It really is, Like it really is a mental game. And once you focus on it, once you actually lock in, like seriously lock in, it's just over. Like consistency is a whole bunch of things that ties into focus, consistency, tunnel vision, everything we talked about. It just ties into being successful. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy. But that's definitely a fact what you said.
And like you mentioned earlier, like one of the biggest things is just following one course until success. And like when you were talking about Eric Thomas, like something that came to mind was just being locked in on something for 90 days. Like I always try to talk about next 90, best 90. That's a quote or a saying in a sense that I try to live by because it takes 90 days to build a habit. At least that's what I've seen from personal experience, but it takes 90 days to build a habit, a true habit that you do every single day. Like whether it's waking up early, making your bed, or working out, whatever it is, but it truly takes 90 days to lock in, tap in, and that becomes something that you just unconsciously do in a sense. So say you have a goal of Let's talk about strictly trading right now. So say you have a goal of growing an account from $100 to $1,000. Literally, you break it down. Your end goal is $1,000. You start out with $100. So 90 days, which is in a sense $100 a day trading. That's more than 100. I'm tripping. I can't do math. Either way, once I get out of calculator, I get it right. But 90 days to make $900, which is very feasible, very possible, but you have to be willing to follow on course until success. So you lock in with a specific product, lock in with a specific strategy for 90 days. Study that strategy, get on live sessions with that strategy, and you truly like just practice that strategy, whether it's in your demo, whether it's on your live account, whatever it is you want to do, but you can actually grow $100 to $1,000 within 90 days. But the only way you're going to get there is by consistently focusing on that product, consistently focusing on that strategy. Like we always talk about just having different accounts for different things like DCX, regular pairs, or even just NAS, different cryptos and everything. But whatever it is that you want to trade, whatever it is that you want to grow, that's what you need to focus on. You don't need to have one account for everything because you might be winning 20 trades, trading regular pairs. So when you come over to crypto side, you don't lost half that money.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you create two different accounts for it, follow two different trading plans, follow two different strategies, very similar in a sense, but when I say two different strategies, I mean like one for cryptos, one for regular, because it's two different markets. But you focus on those for 90 days and you're going to see how much you've grown. Even if you don't hit your goal of quite 1,000, guess what? You're going to still be able to look back and be like, dang, I really made that much. Like kind of like night and day, like I talked about the other time we went live when I was saying like you can look back on your Instagram, look back through your photos and be like, dang, I was here on Snapchat, or dang, I was hanging out with this person and now look here, this person's this, I'm up here, I'm down here, wherever it is. But the thing is, you're able to backtrack in a sense by recording your process, recording, your course of action. Because something I always say is like everyone's the same, but everyone has different paths. Just because you're cool with somebody, just because, oh yeah, we in the same group, oh yeah, we're the same friends, doesn't mean that, your journey, doesn't mean that your goals, doesn't mean that your success is going to rub off for them or vice versa. Like what's meant for them to happen is going to happen. What's meant for you is going to happen. And like we talked about, it will happen in God's time. Like we, as a society, have to stop putting such a physical or man-made, I guess, due date on things because we're not in control of it. Just because we want to be a millionaire by age 25 doesn't mean we're going to be a millionaire by age 25. We can be working towards it. We can be halfway there, 3/4 of the way there, whatever. But we can still have that vision of being a millionaire, and it might happen when we're 30. It might happen when we're 40. But you're like, dang, 15 years ago, I wanted this to happen 15 years ago so that I can be relaxed now. But guess what? Guess how much experience that you gained those 15 years? That's how many people and connections that you met these past 15 years. Like if it wasn't for you going through that, if it wasn't for you following one course until success, guess what? You wouldn't be a millionaire right now. You wouldn't be knowing the people. You wouldn't be staying in the house that you're staying at right now. But because you fell off that path, because you gave up, and that's the thing. I saw a picture the other day where it was talking about it was Elon Musk, and he was talking about with his rocket how he keeps trying over and over, and it's like, oh, he's failing, he's doing this and that. Guess what? Most people won't even try that. Just because it failed, just because he lost a lot of money, he lost a lot of friends, it doesn't matter. He has the goal of being on Mars in a couple of years.
Exactly.
A lot of people are like, bro, that's crazy. They're steering away from it. Okay, you can steer away from it. Someone else is probably investing their money into it, investing their time studying it. Elon Musk is putting everything on the line because he has that goal. He's following one course until success. Like it's simple. Like we see all our idols and everything do that. Look at LeBron. Follow one course until success. This man literally had nothing, and look at him now. He building a super team in LA. They just got Rondo back yesterday.
Exactly.
He followed one course until success. Like he literally played by the books, did everything. LeBron say what he want, even though like I'm not agreeing everything is right that he says, but I'm saying LeBron has built himself up from being a rookie to where he is now. Year 17, 18.
Still going crazy.
Yeah. Like you follow one course until success. He still trains every day, just like the same person in high school that want to be in the NBA. Still eats right, just like the same person in high school right now. The only difference between that person in high school who wants to be a D1 athlete, an NBA player, is time. Look how old LeBron is. He's about to be 40 years old. Person in high school right now is what, 16, 17, 18? It's over 20 years right there of just experience, just hard things that LeBron had to go to. And we only see him when he's on the court. We only see him when he's on TV. We don't see the behind the scenes. That's why when people give behind the scenes access to stuff, You got to take advantage of it, even if it's at a limited time or at a discount on a course or something. If you truly idolize someone, if you truly want to study someone, follow one course until success. Hey, I'm gonna give you access to learn how to make $1 million. Click. Let me go ahead and watch this webinar. Let me go ahead and take some notes. Because guess what? They're gonna drop something that might not connect right then, but kind of like we mentioned, you'll be able to look back 2, 3 years, 3 months, and be like, "Ooh, dang!" Like how we are with the song lyrics. Be like, "Dang, I read this book back in
Exactly.
2005. Oh, this
Exactly.
connecting now. Okay, so all I got
Exactly.
to do is this and this, and I can get to my goal. All right, bet. Let me go ahead and do that. That's all people got to do is just follow one course until success. No matter how long it takes, you just have to be able and willing to follow that course until success.
That's a fact. That's a fact. One thing I was looking at too, is another quote. It's kind of like ties into what you said. It says your life is controlled on what you focus on, and I think we talked about it earlier, not earlier today, but a while back about your I forget what I don't remember what the exact topic was, but basically about um what you surround yourself with. You feel me? How you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, earlier today, your product of your environment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what you surround yourself with is eventually what comes to life. You feel me? Like you said, if you surround yourself with hating friends, then that's gonna be around you until you break that chain. You feel me? So once you focus on once you focus respectfully, once you focus on yourself, like once you literally do things for yourself, because I keep saying, like, I learned this week especially, like, after you focus, because yourself comes first. It's okay to be selfish. Like, we all know this. It's okay to be selfish. Some people are just so inconsiderate of your feelings that, you feel me, that they don't care. Like, they don't care. Like, you feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they really don't care. But once you literally, like I was saying, once you focus on yourself and focus on your mental and focus on whatever it is God's given you or the seed that God planted inside of you, there's nothing else, in your way. Only thing that's in your way is you. You feel me? Like, that's the biggest block anybody can have is themselves mentally. Like,
Mm-hmm.
once you get past that mental block of doubting yourself or saying I'm not good enough or just giving up on yourself too early, then it's over. But if you continue to, I can't do it. If you can, like you said, continue to speak negative things, but because we're a product of our environment, and if we're around negative things, oh, he says, it's okay. Like, he speaks negative about himself and his family, so it must be the new normal. No, that's not normal at all. You shouldn't be talking about yourself like that. You should be uplifting. You should be speaking life into yourself. You feel me? That's definitely not. That's one thing I had to literally learn growing up. And not saying I was around a bad environment, but I definitely wasn't around a motivated environment. Like, and then when my sister went to college, that's when I started like, okay, this is the normal. What I learned growing up is not the normal. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, once you really focus on yourself, that's a big thing too. Um, I don't know for this week, not to get off topic for this week. The past 2 weeks, I just been really like people with a lot of mental health issues been really hitting me up, and I'm like, what's to do? Like, I don't know. This is the first time actually dealing with like serious situations, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think everybody some advice. Like, you can't love someone or you can't love a dream, you can't love a goal, you can't give it your full energy until you focus on yourself. Literally, like I said, it's okay to be selfish. It's okay. As long as you're taking time to yourself, that's fine. Like, feel me? If it's gonna help you grow in the long run, that's fine. But a lot of people will sit here and just, oh, you changed that. Or like just weirdos, like it's crazy. Like, how did I change? You feel me? When I'm trying to focus on my dream, I'm trying to focus on helping my family. Like, nobody's gonna help your family like you help your family. Nobody's gonna care about your family like you care about it. Nobody's gonna feel the pain at night. You feel me? When you sit here thinking and stuff like that about I shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's one thing my dad always told me. He never said I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'll never say that in my life. I shoulda did this. I coulda did this. Oh, if I only had this, I could know. I'll never repeat those words in my life. That's one thing I stand by. I cannot be older. I cannot, you know, be in my 40s saying if only if I would have stood trading, I could have been up a millionaire. No, No, we're doing this now. There is no. We're doing it right now. Like, but just like I was saying, just focus. A lot of people just focus. People are scared to focus on themselves. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Like, what are you so afraid of? Like, really, are you afraid of greatness? Like, this is I had to ask myself this week too. Like, 'cause I was losing track of my vision. Like, cause I wasn't active. I was kind of upset. Like, dang, like I'm minor. Like I always tell people, minor setback for major comeback. And I had to really remind myself, like, yo, what are you so afraid of? Like, nothing. You're living in the house. You know, you have people who support you. You have friends, family. What are you so afraid of? Like, it's all up to me at the end of the day. Like, it's all up to you. It's all up to that person. So what are you so afraid of? That's the question we all need to really ask ourselves. What are you so afraid of? Like, why can't you just lock down? Why can't you just focus on your goal or on your whatever your craft is? Like, what is the worst thing that can happen? Like
Hmm.
nothing. Like you get denied. All right, you go to the next one. You feel me? Or someone said
Yeah.
no to you. All right, go to the next person. Like, that's what we really need to figure out. Like, what is it that is stopping us? Why are we so afraid to like just lock in? We say we want to make six figures, or we want to be a millionaire, or just add an additional $2,000 to our income every month. Okay, now we got to do the work. And when the work actually comes, you feel me? Why when it's time to play everything that we was said, then why we not doing it? Like like what's up? Like we talked about it, we manifested it, we prayed, we wrote it on that vision board. Like
Hmm.
what's up? Like it's time. It's time to what's the like? Why we not doing it? That's just I'm talking to myself too. Like you feel me? Like that's facts though. That's facts. Focus is definitely a key thing that we need to have. Like, that people need. That's just facts. Simple as that. It's facts.
And I try to like relate my like whenever I do content, kind of like you just mentioned. Like I try to just focus on talking to myself. Like half my captions, or not even gonna say half my captions, pretty much all my captions literally just
Yeah.
be talking to me. And like a lot of people like, oh bro, that's so deep, that's so real. I'm like, I be like just talking to myself. Like I try to have genuine conversations, kind of like I talked about like in our past lives, with just having tunnel vision, just on wanting to grow, having that end goal. But I got to be able to put in the work. I got to be able to put in content, connect with people, because I mean, social media is just showing your connections, showing your network. And kind of like we always say, like your network is your net worth. Like if you want to be a true content creator, you have to be willing to post content. Like you don't need to be afraid. You don't be, oh, bro, this content is all right, and oh, I see this person over here, they're an influencer, and they're posting like half as good content, but they're getting twice as many interactions as I'm getting. And the reason why is because that person started in 2014. You started today.
Bro,
Kind of like I always mention, like it's just time. Like you got to be willing to put out that content. Like you can't be afraid of, oh, I hope this content does well. Like it doesn't matter if it do well or not. Like you got to put yourself on a schedule, put yourself on a regimen, and it kind of ties in with just living a healthier life mentally as well. But you got to take time out to do the content. Take time out to study your niche and see what ways people are making content, what ways that you want to connect with your audience. Because the thing is, you can have a particular audience. Like my audience since 2018, 2019 has been strictly wave related. Wave, like literally all I had was waivers and people who were interested in hair. That was all that was following me. If I post anything with waves, it goes crazy. As soon as I post some motivational stuff, nothing. And I'm just like, okay, why is this happening? Like, what is the difference? See, the thing is, kind of like you just mentioned, a lot of people don't like change. That's honestly what I feel a lot of people are afraid of. It's not the risk of doing something, it is change. People don't like seeing change. People don't like, being alone. People don't like not being supported by their friends, their family. Like that is something that really like connects with people. But that's why being an entrepreneur, that's why being a content creator is not for everybody. Like some people, you got to have some people who are the foundation, and you got to have some people who aren't afraid to take that step. But it takes a lot of mental power to be an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of mental power to be a content creator, because you got plenty of people DMing you, commenting like, it's terrible stuff. You got a bunch of bots, a bunch of trolls, and people just trying to bring you down. But the thing that separates the people who get brought down and the thing that pushes people forward is just how they use it. It's all about the perspective. I mean, I got plenty of people DMing me, like, it was like, I think a year ago. Literally, the person had DM me and told me, bro, your wave was trash. I said, all right, bet. I'm going to make a whole 2 months worth of content just because
Just
you
for
ticked
you,
me off.
exactly, exactly.
Made a whole bunch of content. Guess what? That person unfollowed me, blocked me, and now they tried to create a fake page using my content. I'm just like, I appreciate, you trying to
Right.
spread my content, but you could have used your old page that you were bashing me on. Like, I'm not saying like people don't deal with mental disorders, people don't deal with, you know, cyberbullying and stuff. The thing I'm saying is when people bash you, you have to be able to turn that hate, that negative energy into something positive for you. It's all about perspective, kind of like we mentioned earlier. Like what you see is what you get. How like the more you know, the more you grow. Like you have to be willing to turn it. Because I have people bash me every day, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna learn something about that, so that I'm able to spread the knowledge. Because going on live, we used to not have nobody on here. Now look at us. We getting consistent views, coming up with consistently great content, and it's gonna grow. Like we talked about a lot when we first got on. We eventually could be on TV. I already know it. I already see it. I'm a manifester.
Right.
We will be on TV in like
Right. No, that's
I'll
tough.
say a year. Next year, this live will be big. Like this series, it's
Right.
gonna be huge. People be like, "Bro, how they come? Why they so huge now?" Scroll back a year. Scroll back to
Exactly.
our
Go on
timelines.
Instagram. Scroll up.
Like,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
we gonna follow one course until success. Like it's just being consistent with it. And like I know we're not coming out with every week, we're not coming out with content every single day. But the thing is, when we do come out with content, it's valuable. And like I mentioned, like just in my post or my last post, just being intentional with your actions. It's like okay, you might not post every single day. You're a waiver, you might not brush your do a wash and style or comb every single day. But when you do a wash and style, when you do comb, when you do post content, when you do photography like you, when you do take pictures and edit, you're putting out great content. Like it's not about just how much you do, because how much you do is going to get you experience. But the thing is, if you're doing five, photo sessions or video sessions a week, and it takes you a month to do that, those can be the best five ever. And you try to sit there like, oh dang, my numbers are low, this and that. Okay, you try to up it to 20. You realize you overbook yourself. You don't have time for your life. You're so consumed with, following this vision, following this course, and now you're like, dang, bro, I don't know what to do. And you start putting out half like I guess but I would probably say to filter what I want to say. But half
Yeah.
butt content half butt content and people aren't really engaging and people aren't sharing it. And then you go back to doing 3 to 5 and then you're like, oh bro, my content's going crazy. Okay, the reason why is because the people like value. People are attached to value. Just because, someone's posting something about, Jake Paul or whatever, people are like, oh, I don't care about that stuff. If Jake Paul comes back out with a YouTube and it's 20 minutes long, talking about his life, talking about his journey, talking about how his process of why he's retiring or how he became a boxer, people are going to be more interested in that compared to, him posting about a prank, something typical, something that really doesn't matter. Like, yes, it's entertaining. Yes, we need entertaining things in our life, but we want value. There's a reason why we keep going back every single week to the store, to buy some groceries. There's a reason why we keep getting these Jordans, that keep coming out every single month, every single year, that are the same shoe, different colorway, minor changes. Same with the iPhone. Same phone, minor changes. Yet we're still willing to pay so much money for it just because of the value, just because of the image. But the thing is, if that's what you want to spend your money on, go ahead. But if you're looking for the future, you're trying to create generational wealth, guess what you're going to do? Create assets. You're going to invest into assets. You're going to invest your money now so that when your kids are around, your kids are in your place right now, guess what? They have that foundation. They don't have to worry about the change of, not being able to do something or not knowing something. They're going to take the sacrifices now because you're going to teach them because you have the mindset, you have the goal of creating generational wealth. So you're not going to be worried about the highs. You're not going to be worried about the lows because guess what? You have the end goal in mind. The person that I follow that truly inspires me is Prince Darnell. Pretty sure everyone on Instagram has seen that man content. Guess what? When he started out on TikTok, he said, "I'm gonna grow this. Just watch." Straight business content. He's not doing dancing. He's dropping gems and value in every single reel, photo, tweet. Everything that he does is just intentional. It's pure value, and that's why people keep coming back, trying to learn something new, trying to grow just like he did. But the thing people aren't seeing is that you got to be valuable with whatever content or whatever goal or vision that you're trying to project onto your like your followers or subscribers. You have to be valuable with it. You don't have to put out content every single day, month, or whatever. Just be consistent when you do put it out. Be consistent with the value that you're giving.
That's a fact. That's a fact. and it goes back to what you said earlier. Like people go through pain, people go through trauma and stuff like that. But it matters how you use it. You feel me? Like you can sit here and dwell. Like I always tell people, I know it's easier said than done. It really is. But if you really want it, then you're gonna do it. You feel me? Like it's hard to go through a situation and then bounce back from it, especially if it had like a dramatic effect on you. Some people be angry for years, and just don't do nothing about it. Like go through years and years of being complete anger at the person, and that person's living their best life. Like that's the craziest part. So the fact that that person, like one thing I learned to people, when you tell people the truth, some people don't like to hear the truth. Like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're trying to build something. Like when you tell people like, oh, they have power over you or something like that, that gets people upset. Like I'm just being truthful. Like I just mean it's true. Like if you're mad at the person for like, let's say this situation happened, you feel me? And let's do a scenario. Let's say my best friend talked about me and behind my back, and it was, even though it was right, she was right about it. I didn't like the way she said it. You know what I mean? Now I'm mad for like 5 years, wasting my life being mad at her, and she's living her best life, and I'm still thinking about the situation that happened 5 years ago. Like that shows that that person has so much power over you in the past 5 years, and they didn't even mean to. Like you just took it the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They meant it out of love, and that just goes to show you when I say back to what I was saying earlier. Once you focus, when you focus on yourself, comments and little things that people say won't bother you because you know that you're that person. Like you're true to yourself. You already know how you are. Like you already know. So when you just lock in, focus, you won't have to you won't have to wait 5 years to get an apology or you feel me, like off a little mistake or a little conflict. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I had. You feel me? Like it's just simple things that are big. Like you feel me? Like the small things really do matter. Like something as small as like showing up. Like showing up. Like people always say like showing up is the biggest part of it. Like, if you're going to a meeting or whatever it is, job interview, you already did 90% of the work. You're already there. That's the thing. Some people will already be there. Some
Mm-hmm.
people will be there mentally, physically, and won't get that push the extra 5%. Like you're already there. You're already in the atmosphere. You're already at the interview or whatever the situation is. You might as well just finish all the way through. Like why not? Like I'm already there. Like the finish line is right there. Like I
Mm-hmm.
probably need like 2 more steps, and then shoot, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, but some people don't like to finish. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I'm speaking to myself too. You feel me? I've been going to the gym and stuff like that, and I've been going to the gym, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, and I'll trick myself. Oh, my family, everybody in my family is overweight. Um, if they didn't do it before me, I can't do it. I'm like, no, I had to catch myself yesterday. I'm like, no, I'm not giving up. No, I can't. No, I gotta break this generational curse now. Like, I cannot pass this down to my kids. I can't pass this down to my nephews and stuff like that. This is not gonna happen. You have to make that decision. Like, yo, no, enough is enough. Like, I need to lock in and do what I gotta do so that anybody after me doesn't have to suffer the way I suffered or go through. I'm not saying life is bad, you feel me? But there's definitely things I feel like that could have been changed, but it's all right. If it wasn't changed, then I wouldn't have been able to talk about it. I wouldn't have been able to give people the advice that I
Mm-hmm.
have now. So everything does happen for a reason as well too. That's another thing. But people just gotta realize, you feel me? And my biggest thing this month is really just focusing for the next, like I said, next 90 is the best 90. Just really focusing on myself and my craft and just getting it done. Like, just what's the worst thing that can happen? I would say if you just get the job done, just get it done. Like, just get it done. Simple as that. Just get it done. Like when we was in school and stuff like that, we would hurry up. You feel me? Stay up late nights. You feel me? Just for an assignment, just so someone could tell us if we did good or not.
Mm-hmm.
And this opportunity, we don't need nobody to tell us we did good. You feel me? Like, we know we did good because we were sacrificing time. You're willing to sacrifice your time for other people's dreams, so why can't you sacrifice your time for your dream? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was always told, like, I learned this in the business: 8 hours at work, 8 hours on your dream. Simple as that. Whether it's staying up or not. But like I said, what do people like? Earlier, I said earlier, what are people scared of? Like, what are we so scared of? There's something that we just don't. I don't know. I don't know what it is, and it blows my mind. Like, what are you so scared of that you can't just lock in and just do it? Like, just like I said, just get the job done. Like, what is it? Like, I really don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, once you really just focus, like just focus, just keep focused on whatever it is. Just have that tunnel vision, and don't let nothing stop you from whatever it is, God called you, or whatever a dream that you had, whatever it is, just stay focused. Like, that's the biggest thing, is just stay focused on it. Because once you see it every day on your vision board, or your lock screen, whatever it is, you
Mm-hmm.
see it every day, it's gonna come. Like, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna come easy. And I think this generation now, TikTok is definitely a popular platform, but it definitely gave a lot of overnight success. You feel me? And that's what people are so like used to. It can happen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like rare. Like Charlie D'Amelio, that TikTok girl, she has like 100 million followers.
Yeah.
She came from my state, like from Connecticut, which I just found out, and I'm like, that's good for her. Like, what does that mean for me though? Like, you feel me? Like, a lot of people try to compare. Oh, she came from Connecticut. Yeah, I could. That means I could come up too, but I'm not dancing on TikTok. Like, I'm not doing none of that. Like, you feel me? Like, it would have, like you said earlier, we do have, we're all human, but we all have different paths. So that's really all I can say is just focus. It's simple as that. Just focus.
Kind of like you mentioned, like with lock screens. Like, let me see if I can flip the camera. Like, this is my lock screen on my phone.
Facts.
Determination, the ability to keep going. I can't even focus it. There it goes. Determination, the ability to keep going no matter how hard it gets. And kind of like you just mentioned, like what you see every day is gonna be your outcome. Like people focus on TikTok, that's all their attention span is gonna grow to 15 to 30 seconds. Anything longer than that, they're not gonna care about. And that's why I understand the struggle of some content creators who are like, bro, like I'm struggling connecting with people. But the thing is, just because you put out a 3 minute video doesn't mean that people aren't gonna watch it. This live right now, but 30 minutes, 40 minutes, somebody out there is gonna watch it. We got people who are have been in since we started, people who are gonna go and watch it eventually. But the thing is, if you don't make that content, the thing is that if you don't spread that message, if you don't get something off your heart today, that's gonna be something that someone else is lacking, that they could have connected with your content. You could have got a new follower. You could have got someone else started on their journey that might not follow you, might not even know you,
Exactly.
but you got to be willing to put out that content, be willing to take that step, be willing to read that book or whatever it is that you do. But you got to be willing to take that opportunity because, like I mentioned earlier, that opportunity might open a door to something that you never even knew was possible. Like the girl, like you just mentioned on TikTok. It's a lot of people who blow up on TikTok, but doesn't mean that they
Mm,
like. I'm not like degrading them, but I'm saying like they're not putting out value that can
mm.
influence or
Yeah.
help someone else achieve their goals. Like, oh, that dance is cool. Well, I don't dance. Okay, so I'm not gonna follow them.
Yeah.
So now what? Guess what? You find a niche that needs a person like business or investing or something, but you find something that doesn't have anybody big, you become that person just because you're like, well, I only create wave content and or I only do cooking or fitness. Doesn't mean that you can't cross over into a new stream and reach a new audience or even just grow your current group of individuals who follow you. You might have 5 followers right now, but as soon as you switch from focusing on waves or business and you try something else that's completely out the norm, you might blow up and oh dang, I got 5,000 followers overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's not gonna be an overnight success, but I'm saying people who take that chance and take the opportunity can reach new heights and new levels that they never seen before just because they took the opportunity. You just can't be afraid of it. Like you just gotta focus on that goal, on that vision. And like another thing I was Like thinking of like, as soon as you mentioned weight loss and what I mentioned earlier, 3 months, which is what 90 days, right?
90 days.
I can't even
Okay.
zoom in on it. Can't even zoom in on it. Day one, day
Okay.
90. And the
Okay.
thing is, like, not even trying to brag or nothing, but people got to be willing to take a step, take that day one, that progress. Like, okay, my account started at $100 on Monday. Let's see what I can get it to by Friday. You got to be willing to track your results, kind of like you mentioned with the vision board. You're gonna see that vision board every single day. You're like, all right, so my goal on what September 1st tomorrow is to grow my account $1,000. Okay, the thing is, you're gonna see it. That's where you started. You're gonna be able to look back at the end of the year and be like, oh, I want to do 1,000 a month. I do 1,000 a week now, 1,000 a day, whatever it is. But you have to be willing to be able to take the opportunity to grow mentally. That's why I always talk about reading books. Like, you never know what's going to be said in a book, what's going to be said in a podcast or a YouTube video, or even on TikTok now, or Instagram Reels. You never know what a person is going to talk about that's going to connect with you, that's going to inspire you. That's why I always tell any content creator who reaches out to me, or anyone who comments that want to do something with creating content, create that content. Don't be afraid of it, because what you say is going to inspire someone else out there. You never know when, you never know how, but what you say is going to be valuable to someone, but you have to be willing to put it out. Because God put something on your mind, God put a vision in your head. God is going to take you through a journey. He's going to guide you down that journey. But just because you're failing, just because you're going through that setback right now, doesn't mean that it's permanent. Because a lot of things in life are temporary. And like just to tie it all back in, what we mentioned earlier, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you're gonna get there. Breathing is a fundamental. Breathing is like a foundation, something that we require is essential, right? And being a content creator, being an investor, being a business person in general, or even just an inspirational speaker, requires a solid foundation. And like you mentioned, you're gonna have to develop yourself. You're gonna have to build upon what you already got. You might be in a bad place mentally. Like 2 years ago when I started Instagramming, I was I was in the worst place ever mentally. But the thing is just being intentional with who I followed, being intentional with what I liked, being intentional with what I read and watched on YouTube or TV. That is what helped me get out of that place. That is what helped me learn to inspire and create the desire to want to inspire people. Because a lot of people might just be like, I don't want to be a big influencer. I don't want to be a content creator, but I want to put out content. Guess what? Go ahead. Don't look at your follows. Don't look at your comments. Don't look at your likes. Don't worry about that. Just put out your content, because eventually it's going to grow. I used to post content, get 5 likes. I was happy. I posted the content the other day, like last week. I'm gonna post something later, but I got over 200, almost 300 likes, comments, engagements, sends, shares. Like, I don't really care about all that. I'm just putting out stuff that's on my heart, on my mind, because I know eventually I'm gonna look back and be like, okay, I need to hear that today. But guess what? I was able to share my own content, so I'm gonna help my account grow, because guess what? I'm sharing my own stuff. Oh, I saw something on Prince Darnell. I saw something here from Tori. Oh, Rico said this. Oh, I needed to hear that, bro. Guess what? It's all about interpretation. It's all about perspective. And the thing is, you won't be able to change your perspective. You won't be able to change your mindset if you're still focused on negative things. Like we mentioned, becoming a product of your environment. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who have influence over you, and you're able to talk to them on a daily basis. You're able to connect with them. You just relate with them, because that's the biggest thing with creating valuable content is people are able to relate to a time or a situation, like with the crate challenge. A lot of people see that and be like,
Bro,
oh dang, I bust my butt on that crate too,
bro,
man. Let me share this. Like, you saw something, you connected with it, you laughed with it, you enjoyed it, it was entertaining. But not only entertaining, you got value from it. Someone would have told you a month ago you've been able to invest $30 into a company that was called
yeah,
Crates Inc. And you like, oh crap, bro, I could have
bro,
been rich. But guess what? You won't be there. You won't have the opportunity if you don't do your research. If you don't take the time out of your day, like you mentioned, putting in 8 hours. If you're working 8 hours, working a 40-hour week right now, you need to be putting 40 hours in behind the scenes on your dreams every single day. And I know people are like, oh dang, bro, that's my whole day. Okay, how bad you want to be there?
exactly,
How bad you want to be successful? Like, you sitting
exactly,
up here complaining that, oh dang, bro, I don't know how to do this, or I can't do this. Okay, what are you doing right now? You're making
exactly,
up excuses, and the longer you make up excuses, the longer it's gonna take you to get towards your goals.
exactly.
Keep making up these excuses, and guess what? You can be like, dang, I can't do this. Oh man, I can never lose this weight. Man, I could, never run this fast, or I can never make this much money. But the thing is, you were speaking that. Guess what you just did? You spoke it out into the air. You're gonna manifest that. You can be like, oh, guess what? 90 days later, you won't reach that goal. 90 days later, you won't be as successful as you could have been just because you spoke that negativity 90 days ago, 60 days ago, 30 days ago, last night, this morning, whatever. But one of the biggest things that I learned is that the way you start your day is just by personal development. As soon as you start up the day, just show gratitude and just plug in, just grow yourself to develop that foundation. Like we always talk about growing 1% every single day. That hour a day might be all you need. You might need 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and so forth. But you have to be willing to develop yourself because, as you mentioned, you are the foundation of any change that you want to see. Like I said in the past, you have to be the change that you want to see. If you want to be around millionaires, guess what? You have to change and surround yourself mentally with the people that are going to push you to become a millionaire. You might not see it overnight, might not see it in a year, a decade, or whatever, but just because you made that change, you're going to completely change your environment. You become a product of your environment. You're around people who completely bashing people, shade room comments, this and that, compared to someone who's around, billionaires, millionaires, people that are investing, people that are developing generational wealth. Y'all gonna be in two different places. Just to be transparent with you,
Mm-hmm.
you could be in two completely different places. But if you want to grow, you go surround yourself with the right people. You go take whatever opportunity comes your way because the opportunity today is going to change your tomorrow.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I'm gonna have to write that down.
See what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
See what I'm
That's a fact.
saying?
That's definitely a fact. Nah, that's definitely facts. Everything you said, you just gotta do it. Nike is the best brand to look after. It really is. Like he, and it's crazy. I don't even know who made Nike, and it's crazy how like it's crazy how I don't even know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Just do it. Just 3 words. It's making trillions, millions of dollars. Like it's crazy. But I pretty much said everything I had to say. You went crazy tonight. You got anything else you want to say?
I mean, not really. I say like everything that I can think of in terms of just focusing. Like, I just know it's something that a lot of people say they do or say they want to do, but they don't truly understand the meaning. So, whoever watches in the future, whoever watches live, we appreciate y'all. Like, just share it. Just take something from this, write it down, and just be able to apply it to your day to day life, your weekly life, monthly life. Just set that 90-day goal, 60-day goal, 30-day goal, and just focus on it. Whatever it is, regardless of how big it is, you might not reach it at the end of these 90 days, 60 days, or whatever. But just because you made that change, just because you wrote it down, it's going to be in your thoughts. It's going to be in the air. And as soon as you speak it, you're going to see it. Kind of like we mentioned with the cars. You're like, okay, I want a Rolls Royce. Next thing you know, you could be seeing Rolls Royce all around the city.
Exactly.
Not necessarily the Rolls Royce in the sense, but let's say a Jeep. You'll start seeing Jeeps, like the exact type of Jeep you want. You can see it all around the city. You be like, dang, man, like, how they get there? But the thing is, you got to put in the steps because the opportunity that you like take can be a vehicle to get you there. And sometimes you need that journey, that experience to get you from point A to point B. It all comes with focus and tunnel vision, which literally tie together, but you have to be willing to see that it ties together.
Exactly. That's a fact. Those two are definitely best friends. Tunnel vision, focus. Literally. Um, yeah, you want to end it?
I'll let you in, bro.
Word. Yeah, so today's topic, like I said earlier today, was focus. That's what we were talking about. Just for me to sum it up, is just pick one thing that you want to accomplish, you feel me, and focus on it. Like I tell everybody, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, whether it's you get rejected or it doesn't happen the time you want it to happen. But just think about it like this. You focus the next 90 days on, let's say, losing weight. The next 90 days on losing weight, you don't reach the goal that you want, but you are closer to it. You're so much more closer. Anyway, you're so much more closer. So why give up now? You feel me? Just keep going. Reset your mind mentally. Set another 90 days, and you might be past it. You feel me? So just do whatever it is that you got to do. Just do it. Like you said, just do it and get it done. Simple as that. Just get it done. It is easier said than done, but if you really want it, you'll get it done. But yeah, that pretty much sums up today. That sums it up. That sums it up today. I didn't know what to say. If you guys really appreciate, like the IG live, we're definitely going to continue to be more. Um, Give it a like. Drop one thing in the comments that you learned from today, or even reach out to VC or me. Um, and we're always here, always available for me. If you need to talk about anything, if you need advice about anything, we're available. Just hit us up or comment on the video. Drop. Let's challenge them. Drop a number 4 if you learn anything, and drop number 3. I like 3. Now, in fact, drop before this ends. Drop number 3 before if you learn anything today, anything new, anything that impacted you in the way that it impacted you before. Um, yeah, but we're definitely gonna be more consistent with this, and let's just run it.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
No cap. I don't even know how to end it, but I pressed the X at the top right. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, wait.